I'm doing it. I am finally moving to Pathfinder 2e. So it's been a while, but if you've seen my YouTube channel before or subscribed, thank you. But I started this YouTube channel with the intention of moving my game from D&D 5th edition to Pathfinder 2nd edition. That was 18 months ago. So why am I just now making this video? It's a mix of life situations. I'm not sure if you heard, but things kind of went to hell in 2020. Completely opposite of that, I became a parent only now, just kind of starting to get back into gaming. It's been several months since I picked my gaming group that we normally play 5th edition back up, and we started getting into, let's call it a loose schedule, but already I am beginning to get frustrated, and I'm realizing 5th edition no longer really challenges me, and I need something. I want to try something different and new. So why am I switching from 5th edition to Pathfinder 2? Biggest reason is character creation, and Pathfinder 2e is just so much more interesting, and I like the way that the system is set up way more. Some of you might be thinking, Zach, that is only like the very beginning of the game. Like, why would you be switching up an entire system based on just like basically the stuff that happens before you even start playing? That one is easy to answer. Character creation is everything for the type of games that I want to play. And Pathfinder 2 gives, I think, a lot of players a lot of options, and which is my biggest frustration with 5e right now. 5th edition has been out over 5 years. I don't even remember the exact date. I feel like it's closer to like the 7-8 year mark. And there just isn't a lot of content around, especially new classes. There's only been one new class released in the, let's call it 8 years that 5th edition has been out, the Artificer. That one took them a long time. While I really enjoy and appreciate the homebrew community around 5th edition, I no longer have the time to be on the lookout for the latest and greatest homebrew, especially because me and my group use some official tools to play 5th edition. We use D&D Beyond. We use a simple virtual tabletop. There's not a lot of availability for customization using a ton of homebrew in the way that makes me and my group feel the most comfortable playing 5th edition. If we were sitting at a table using paper sheets like we used to back in the old days, there might be more flexibility there. But now that we play online, I do not have the interest in learning how to use something like Roll20 or Foundry to create my own homebrew or that kind of stuff. So being able to have a lot of default stuff available to me in Pathfinder 2 with all of the new content that has already come out in the 2 years, not even 2 years that Pathfinder 2nd edition has been out, huge game changer. Another reason why I like the idea of moving to Pathfinder 2e is for that exact content release schedule that I just kind of mentioned. Paizo is going ham, releasing content all the time, and they have a very public and transparent release schedule for their stuff. Right out of the gate, Paizo has a huge collection of full-time or freelance writers that they use to create their adventure paths, individual one-shot adventures, setting books, advanced player's guide. They've got an upcoming source book that is going to introduce things like the inventor and the gunslinger and the concept of firearms into the world. And it's only been several years since the original core rule book came out. As a 5th edition guy that started my hobby with WotC and 5th edition, and then I've grown to enjoy a lot of other indie games where content is just, it's slow drip, or it's adventures that I might not be interested in, or source books like the latest, the gothic horror book for 5th edition that just came out like a couple months ago, stuff that doesn't interest me or my gaming group. The idea of having a transparent schedule and so much content that comes out from Paizo for Pathfinder 2nd is great. I already mentioned how I don't have a ton of time. Like now as a dad, and the people that I play with I also have some other parents. We're all full adults with a lot on our plate. We don't get to play that often. I don't have a ton of time to prepare. So another huge reason why I am looking to switch to Pathfinder 2 is the adventure paths and the just dearth of published adventures that are already out. A ton of Pathfinder adventure paths from over the past 15 years that Paizo's been releasing content. And I'm even finding great folks online who have begun converting the first edition adventures into second edition, or providing guidance on how to do that. And because there wasn't a huge change in first edition to second edition, like some stuff still kind of works. The adventures all are still just really, really great stories. And as I'm reading through some of the adventure paths, first edition and second edition, I'm realizing like, I think I like these a lot more than some of the modules that have come out for fifth edition. I'd say for fifth edition, the module that I personally have enjoyed the most, reading and seeing other people play and kind of prepping, as Curse of Strahd. I think everybody kind of agrees that that's probably the best adventure that WotC has put out for 5th edition. But I just haven't enjoyed the other adventures nearly as much. Waterdeep didn't interest me or my players at all. We only made it through like 3 or 4 levels before we just kind of lost interest. Maybe some of that's on me. Like, of course, like this is just my experience with my gaming group. So like, you know, your mileage may vary. Adventure paths just seem like a really, really great way of giving me as a DM without a lot of time, the ability to quickly like get up to speed, pick out something that interests our group and get going. The fact that they're still releasing monthly adventures for these adventure paths seem really cool. I'm looking ahead. I'm publishing this in July of 2021. And the next month they're releasing a full starting at a magical school adventure path. And you can already tell from the preview that like at some point there's a time jump and you become adults, you become professors at this magical school. For, you know, the people in my group that like that kind of trope, that's a huge win. I think it's interesting that I think WotC's doing potentially something similar. But I think it's tied into their kind of the newfound like synergy between Dungeons and Dragons, the Forgotten Realms, and the Magic the Gathering setting, which is just not interesting to me at all. So I think it'll be interesting to kind of check out and see what happens. When it comes to actually playing the game, I think Pathfinder 2nd edition really threaded the needle really well of being accessible to new folks like me while also bringing a ton of added complexity to the game, especially when you get into combat. You have a lot of options, but at the same time, outside of combat, there's actual mechanics to do things that isn't just set a DC and roll a D20 and see what happens. Like there's some actual thought into exploration, into crafting, into making an income on the regular, etc. Just a big fan. I think it is going to be a really big win for me and my group, where we IRL experience a lot of downtime, and being able to kind of write that into the story and create these time jumps for us without having to go onto DM's Guild or Drive Through RPG and find some like homebrewed system for running a business, earning an income, etc. is really, really nice. That's basically the gist of it. I am looking to start my first Pathfinder game that I run really, really soon. I'm actively like searching for players that I'm mutuals with, so I haven't figured out yet, but my hope is that once I kind of get something on a calendar and we actually start playing sessions, that I start doing some campaign diaries and talking about how me learning Pathfinder 2nd edition as we go on the channel. Hopefully it'll be interesting content, and I'll hopefully have some further insights as I continue to play, and hopefully and really enjoyed this new system. Thanks for watching. If you are interested in Pathfinder 2nd edition, you've stumbled on this video and haven't watched older videos, feel free to go back through my channel over the past year or two and watch my kind of intro series where I read through the core rulebook and just kind of gave it my impressions as we went, and see if you like it. If you're a 5th edition dungeon master thinking about making the switch, my read-throughs might give you a good sense of what kind of stuff is in Pathfinder 2nd edition and what's different between it and 5th edition. And I talk about a lot of my thoughts and frustrations with 5th edition while doing it, so it might be helpful for you. If you're looking forward to more Pathfinder 2nd edition content, feel free to subscribe. I don't post a ton or on a regular schedule, but once it hits your feed, it might be interested to you. So thanks for watching. Comment if you've really enjoyed Pathfinder 2nd edition, or if there's something that I missed about Pathfinder 2nd edition you think is worth talking about. Let me know. Thanks to everybody watching. Catch you on the next one.